Hello, YouTube. All right, I just got off work and decided to stop by Home Depot to try to do some repairs to White Knuckle. And really, I was looking for the tape, the T-Rex tape, and I went to 2 different Walmarts and they didn't have it. So I'm gonna have to go to the original Walmart to pick up that T-Rex tape, which I'm using to try to temporarily patch the leaks in the windows. The plan is to patch it so it seals the leak. Then I may put fiberglass or something on top, because obviously taping your window with duct tape is not a permanent fix. So we'll see what happens. I've got to go by and pick that up. But meanwhile, I decided to stop by Home Depot here over at Merritt Island on my way home from work, and saw that they had some laminate flooring. This is wood grain look and feel. Here's what it looks like. And it was only like $11. What was it? It was, where's the strip? Yeah, it was $11.71 per box. So I decided to get this. Natural wood grain look and feel. It is laminate flooring, has an underlayer on it, because all I'm going to do is just lay it on top of the ODM board, or whatever that board is called, that I have in White Knuckle right now. Because that board, hey, it's becoming an issue, because when you try to walk barefoot, you get splinters, and if you wear socks on it, the splinters stick into the socks. So I need to cover it. Originally, I was going to wait until I had all the walls done before doing the floor, which would be logical, but it's not going to work out that way, because I'm kind of living in the vehicle, and that means having to, oh, there's my van over there. But living in the vehicle means having to make it livable, even as you're working on it. So I've decided to go ahead and do the floor, kind of out of sequence. This floor, I cannot believe it was only less than $12 a case. And each case will do an area that's up to 23.9 square feet per box. So 24 square feet. That's a lot of coverage. I think for an RV or a van, 1 or 2 cases, well, 2 cases should be enough, maybe 3. I got 3 because I figured I was going to go ahead and do the bedroom as well with the same material. I'm going cheap. This was the cheapest one they had. A lot of them had cases that were about like $20 to $50 to $60, and this one was only $12. So we're going cheap with this RV build. Well, not build, but restoration, if you want to call it that. I also got some different boards here. I got a 2x3 and like a 2x2 and a 1x2, I think. That is going to be for me to try to fix the framing, you know, along the wall for where they had removed all the old rotted wood. I'm going to try to get this stuff there to kind of brace it and keep it in place. What I'm missing is the insulation, but I need to reset my rooftop here with hard time focusing here, but I need to reset the roof and then get that ready, and then one day, maybe tomorrow, I'll pick up the insulation to start trying to fill in all the missing holes. But I'm going to do that when I get the panels to put up over the insulation, because trying to glue it into place, even with the liquid nails, it kept falling down and making a big mess. So I figure once you get the insulation up, you got to put the ceiling up right away and the walls up to kind of hold everything into place. Now, the correct way to do all this is actually to gut everything out and just do it all, you know, from the ground up. The problem I'm having is I'm having to live in it, and I don't know how long I have at this spot, this sanctuary right now where I can park it. So I have to live in the vehicle. Well, I could live in Little Blue and work on it, but there's no storage. Well, you know, where you're gonna take all the stuff you gut out and put back, or you're gonna. It's complicated. Like even having access to a dumpster is an issue. Okay, so I basically have to do it piecemeal, a little piece at a time, a little piece at a time, a little piece at a time, which means doing it while I'm living in it, which means doing things out of sequence. So my plan today, if I can manage it, I'm going to try to get most, if not all, the flooring in. And what that would allow me to do is at least walk around like a house, so that my feet don't keep getting jabbed and I don't have to keep wearing shoes in the RV. I'm also going to size these beams here to see how well they fit across the unit and finalize a plan on what I'm going to try to do for the scaffolding inside, as well as decide whether or not I need to buy more wood to make some cross beams and other stuff to try to make the roof stronger, to reinforce it, because I think it's kind of getting ready to fall apart, especially if you stand on it. So stay tuned and I'll let you know what happens once I get there. Alright, I just wanted to show you guys how badly this stuff is really rotted. I just pulled out a piece of wood that ran across here, a beam that ran across. Literally, there's nothing holding the window in place. It's just sitting on this flimsy plastic, the outer shell, because all the wood is rotted. See all this wood here? That's how rotted it is. It is like totally rotted through. Crumbles, see that? Crumbles. This wood is like, look at this wood. It's like paper thin and rotted. So this is the chunk I broke off. This is how badly rotted it is. That's what was holding the window in place. So really, you should gut this whole thing out, but I don't have the money and the time. So what I'm going to do is try to do it piece by piece. I have pushed this kind of back. I don't know if you can see here, it's actually separated. But what I'd like to do is, I think my plan, I'm trying to figure out how to attack this. I'm going to try to make a beam that goes across. I don't know if it'll go all the way across though. So I'm not going to go with the original plan. I need to, they got these metal beams here that I'm going to try to attach my rafters onto. They look like they're only 1 inch. So I might have to go with the little, small little beams like I use for the yurt to make rafters that connect. And maybe use L brackets or glue or something to hold it in place. And then make it connect here so it's strong, then connect across to hold the window up. Because otherwise, this window will fall. And there's screws here, which you can't, I mean, it normally screws through wood and stuff, but if I unscrew it, I don't think it'll do anything. See the screws right here? It's just kind of holding on to nothing. Normally it's screwed into the wood that was sitting there, but there's no wood. See, it's just sitting there. If I do remove it, I don't know if it's going to really help, other than possibly make holes. So we're going to build a new framework here if we can, whatever we can, and also where these holes are, that's where the back ladder is for climbing up onto the roof. So I'm going to have to put something here strong enough to hold up the ladder, so that I can reattach it so you can use it to climb up. But yeah, this is this wood is totally rotted. I'm trying to see if it'll come out without ripping a hole through the outer shell. But yeah, this is totally rotted. Look at this wood. Can't believe how cheap they make this stuff. But and this bottom panel here looks like it had the wood here just crumbles. Oh, the sharp stuff is sticking out. But it's like crumbling. So it's like they used pressed wood or something. Look at how rotted it is. So I don't know if I'm gonna try to get another piece of wood to cut and put it back there to that size if I can. I don't know why they had wood there for some reason, to fill that up instead of using insulation. But yeah, there was an attachment there down there too for the, maybe that's why they had the wood there. An attachment for the ladder. But I've been trying to clean up all these little crumbled pieces of wood. It's almost overwhelming looking at this stuff. I mean, if I had a house where I was parked and I wasn't you know, I had a storage, like a garage or something to pull the parts into, it would be a little bit easier, but I'm having to do it kind of stealth. I do have an area where I can work, but I can't just pull stuff out and just lay it out there in the open. I don't have a garage where I can store everything. And I have to try to live in it while this is happening, so we're going to try to do it piece by piece. And I guess the biggest thing is to secure this window so it doesn't fall through, and that means making a new framework around it and attaching it somehow to the existing metal, and figuring all this out. I'm trying to figure out why this board is up here. But what's weird is it had board on one side but not the other. So stuff's not even symmetrical. Alright. I do need to get to the floor because I'm trying to lay down the laminate flooring that I bought so I can actually start walking out here without getting jabbed with a piece of splinter. That's what's happening, is I'm getting hurt just walking around the RV. So I'll try to sweep all this up, get rid of this mess, and then take a look at scaffolding and see what I can manage to do. And I'll keep you guys posted. But yeah, I think that's my priority. Well, the priority right now is to finish taping up the outside so that the leak doesn't happen if it rains again. But then after that, doing the scaffolding and the flooring. Well, the flooring's kind of a priority so I can walk around, because otherwise I have to keep wearing shoes whenever I walk around in here, which is not convenient. So we'll see what happens. Yeah, this wood is totally rotted, but if I pull it, I think something will break and fall off outside. So we won't pull it. Stay posted. I'll let you know what happens.